Good morning, coaster fans. It's that coaster dude back with another video for you guys. And today I'm here at SeaWorld Orlando. Now, I actually haven't been to this park since 2014 when I was here for my honeymoon, and they've added a bunch of new coasters since the last time I was here. So I've been trying to get to this park for a long time, and I'm finally here. Let's go check it out. All right, the park just opened. I think my plan is to head straight to the back to do Mako first. So I'm gonna see if there's any type of line back there. Hopefully not. All right, I'm joined here at SeaWorld today by that coaster dad and that coaster mom. We might get them on a few coasters, but probably not. We'll see. All right, first ride of the day is gonna be Mako, which is a 2016 B&M hyper coaster, the tallest ride in the park at 200 feet. Let's ride. All right, Raptor Action just got off my ride of Mako, and B&M hyper coasters are an elite coaster model in my opinion, and this is no exception. That first drop is great. Probably my favorite element on the ride is that giant overbank turn after the first hill. So much fun. And then it has several great floater airtime hills. Super smooth, super fast, absolutely elite. Love this coaster. All right, roller coaster number 2 is gonna be Penguin Trek, which is a B&M family launch coaster and is the newest coaster. It just opened in 2024, so I was looking forward to getting a ride on this. And I convinced Mom Coaster to ride it with me. So let's ride. All right, this is gonna be your first coaster of the day. How are you feeling?
Good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. rapid reaction of Penguin Trek. That's a fun family coaster. It's got 2 nice launches and a couple of decent laterals. However, for being so new, it's got a really bad rattle, and I don't understand that at all. That's something that they should probably look into. So very disappointing with the rattle, but otherwise it's a decent ride. All right, Mom, what are your reactions to the ride?
Well, I thought it was very smooth. I hate jerky rides, and it was very smooth, very fast. I think it's a nice medium coaster as far as kids could ride it and older people could ride it.
All right, so the goal was to get on Kraken next. It's been closed since we got here with this sign that says closed for maintenance. I see it testing in the background, so I'm hoping that it'll open soon, but you never know. We'll just have to come back. So Journey to Atlantis here is closed. It's a Mack Rides water coaster, and I really did want to ride it. I haven't been on this obviously in a long time, and I love this ride. But it's the middle of January, and they got to do maintenance at some point, so I get it, but still disappointing that I'm going to miss out on the credit. All right, roller coaster number 3 here is going to be Manta, which is a B&M flying coaster that was built in 2006. Let's ride.
Leg prosthetics must be removed, and rider may be required.
Rapid reaction, just got off my ride of Manta, and man, flying coasters are just so intense. That pretzel loop is absolutely insane. Overall though, it's very smooth. It has a great mix of elements, and I love the end of the ride where it dives down into the lagoon and next to the waterfall. That adds a really fun element. Just a great coaster. All right, we decided to grab lunch here at the Smokehouse restaurant with our all-day dining passes, so we can get 1 meal every 90 minutes. Let's see if this is any good or not. All right, overall, that was a really solid meal. The fries were crispy, seasoned pretty well. I give them an 8 out of 10. And the chicken was a really large portion, and it was a little dry on the outside, but nice and juicy, tender, and tasty on the inside. It's a really solid theme park meal. You never know quite where you're gonna get, but I'll give the chicken an 8 out of 10 too. Definitely something I would eat again. Yeah, but now it's time for more coasters. It's time for roller coaster number 4. They have finally opened Kraken here. This is a B&M floorless coaster that was built in 2000, and it has 7 inversions. I've been on this ride many times before when I've been to the park, and I really love it, so I'm hoping that it's still pretty smooth. Let's ride. I just got off my ride of Kraken, which has an awesome layout. It has a great mix of inversions. Unfortunately, it's insanely rough. It just bashed my head around like a rag doll, and it's just so uncomfortable that ruins the ride, unfortunately. Like I said, the inversions are great though, so you gotta ride it once, but I don't think I can do it a second time. Alright, you guys know I hate water rides. Look, there's 2 people on this one. Yeah. It's nice out today, it's like 70, but you will not catch me on a ride like this where you get soaked. When the sun goes down in like 2 hours, that would absolutely ruin my entire day. So we're gonna skip this. All right, for like the last hour and a half or so, I've been getting some good off-ride footage. I always like to do that in the middle of the day because that's when the lines are longest. But we got 3 more coasters to get done here in the park, so I'm making my way over to Icebreaker right now. All right, roller coaster number 5 for the day is gonna be Icebreaker, which is a Premier Ride Skyrocket model that opened in 2022. Let's ride. All right, just got off my ride of Icebreaker, and that is a great coaster. It's not super tall or super fast or anything like that, but it's got a really good layout. Could be a little bit longer, it's a bit of a short ride, but it has multiple decent launches, so going forwards and backwards is fun. But the main thing that sets this ride apart is that it has tons of ejector airtime, really great airtime. I'm a big fan of these new age Premier Rides coasters, and this is no exception as of right now. I think this is my second favorite ride in the park. All right, so I just went to ride Grover's Soapbox Coaster, the kids coaster here, to get the credit, of course, but there were people working on it, and it looks like that's not gonna open, so unfortunately, it looks like I'll be missing out on 2 credits today, but nothing you can really do about it. All right, roller coaster number 6, and our final coaster of the day then is going to be Pipeline the Surf Coaster, which is the only B&M surf coaster model in the entire world. It's B&M's second take on the stand-up coaster. Their old ones from the 90s and early 2000s have pretty much all been phased out for the most part, not all of them, but most of them. I've been on a lot of those old stand-up coasters, and they were pretty painful for the most part. So I'm interested to see if the new model here is any better. Let's ride. got off my ride of Pipeline, and that is a really fun coaster. There's a little bit of pressure on the legs, but not nearly as bad as the old B&M models. It was much more comfortable. And the really cool thing about this ride is you actually get air time where you float off of your feet into the air before coming down at the top of the hills. I've never experienced anything like that, and it was actually really cool sensation. So yeah, I really liked this ride. It had a little bit of a rattle, but not nearly as bad as some of the other B&Ms here. So overall, yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I hope that we get to see some more models of this type of coaster built at other parks, hopefully with more inversions than just one like this one did, but overall, solid ride. All right, so now that we've got all 6 coasters done, it's time for meal number 2. I went with the classic bacon cheeseburger with fries here. What do you got, Dad?
I have some whacked out salad. It has a bunch of stuff on it and oranges.
What do you got, Mom?
Chicken Caesar salad wrap.
All right, and my mom wanted to warn everybody specifically. She told me to say it. Apparently, don't get the mozzarella cheese sticks here because they're not good. But the other food I've had has been good, so just don't get the mod sticks. All right, bacon cheeseburger, I give a 7.5 out of 10. I've had better burgers, but I've had a lot worse too, so I was actually pretty happy with it. But now that I've done all 6 rides, it's time for re-rides on my favorites. All right, so I did end up getting a re-ride on Icebreaker and on Mako, which were my 2 favorite coasters here. So overall, my opinion of SeaWorld Orlando is a pretty good opinion. The food is above average for amusement parks, and they have a solid coaster lineup, not the best, but a solid one, no doubt. Overall, though, there's lots of things for families to do. If you're not into coasters, there's plenty of other stuff to see and do. It's a clean park, well maintained. The operations were hit or miss. A couple rides weren't very good. Kraken was horrendous, but other rides like Mako and Icebreaker were really good on operations, so I guess it just depends on the crew and the ride that you have. But I had a really good time. It's a park that I've been to not a long time, but it's a park that I still enjoy, a park that I will definitely come back to someday, and that I surely recommend to any theme park enthusiast. Now, if you are coming to Florida specifically for roller coasters and you can only visit one park, I'd still say go to Busch Gardens. They have a much more elite roller coaster lineup, I would say, overall. But if you've never been to SeaWorld, you gotta come once because there are some really good rides here. But as we always do now, it is time for the credit count. And for that, we are at 25 parks visited, and we're up to 106 total coaster credits. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure to go hit that subscribe button so that I can keep bringing these great videos to you guys. And as always, I will put up my new coaster ranking list as soon as this clip ends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.